Hello and welcome to another edition of A Better Life. I'm Dr. Lucas Fry, and this week we've got some special guests lined up that are definitely going to improve your way of life. If you'll just pay attention, I think there'll be some information in the next half hour that definitely will help you in your finances, in your life in general. First of all, I'd like to start off by congratulating the people who won the Ruth Chris Steakhouse contest last week with the trivia question. Of course, you can find out more information by going to our website as far as the winners and things of that nature, but they've been contacted. Congratulations, but we got yet another contest. It is time, folks, for Thanksgiving pictures. That's right. So we want you to send in your pictures over the next couple of weeks, and we want to judge that and give away a $100 gift certificate to Ruth Chris Steakhouse. So there's the information. Email me at WLFT.com. How does your family give thanks on Thanksgiving? Show us the picture of the best shot of your family giving thanks for all that you have to be thankful for. It is that time of year, folks, to give thanks, and we thank you for watching us right now. I want to welcome to our show a person I appreciate him being on because I've met him. I tell you what, the guy's got a lot of information. Please welcome to the show, Tim Johnson. Welcome to the show, sir.
Dr. Fry, thank you for having me.
Certainly. You have a consulting group.
I do.
With the same name?
The Tim Johnson Consulting Group.
How clever, I tell you.
We had a whole team of consultants working on that name, and that's the best one.
That's the best one to come up with.
That's right.
What do you specialize in, Tim?
We do a lot of things, but primarily we provide public affairs services, governmental affairs services, association management, and workforce development services to the industrial, construction, petrochemical, and refining industries. Been in that field for about 22 years. Have done the work mostly on the side of whatever full-time job I had at the time, but about 7 years ago, some partners and I decided to break away, and we formed a firm called Advantis Consulting, which has become a very successful firm, a boutique firm in Baton Rouge that specializes in tax incentive compliance consulting. About 3 years ago, I broke away from those guys in a friendly split and have gone on to form the Tim Johnson Consulting Group and do some things on my own, which includes the Louisiana Business and Industry radio show that I do once a week here in Baton Rouge.
So you primarily help businesses do what?
Well, for instance, we help in one of the roles that my firm plays, we help businesses reach out and have better communication with the individuals who live in the communities that surround them. As you know, the petrochemical industry is often attacked from an environmental perspective, a jobs perspective, a community support perspective.
It's when they get on the news anyway.
And when they get on the news. And so what we help these companies do is to reach out and communicate in a more clear way with the individuals who live in the communities around them. We do this through a process called community advisory panels. And my firm, I in particular, have done more of this work over the last 22 years than any other consultant in the United States. And so really kind of specialize in it. It's a really good process that helps two things. Both the plants, the industries, the companies themselves communicate more clearly to the communities and the citizens who live around them. But more importantly, allows the citizens to communicate directly with and provide perspective and feedback to the leaders of those plants.
Well, when I first came to town, which I've been here about a year and a half, one of the first things I tried to do was reach out to Exxon to try and get them to do their own weekly half-hour show telling the community about what Exxon is doing in the community, because all they get on television, of course, is what's wrong, what problems that have happened, people getting laid off, whatever. I mean, it's never positive. And a company that has such an impact to this particular market, it seems that somebody would have called me back. I left literally over 50 messages in the PR department saying, would you please call me? This is what I'm willing to do for the company. Why is it so hard for them? Are they just gun shy because people from the press usually are looking for a side angle, or what?
Well, they take two approaches, I think. Number one, they are very aggressive from a grassroots perspective in the communities where they operate. Their public affairs people do a nice job reaching out and being engaged in those communities. We work with them through the community advisory panel process. But part of the culture of a lot of these companies is to not try to blow their own horns too much, to sort of be under the radar, to do things from a grassroots perspective, and to really try to focus their energy and their efforts and their resources on that one-on-one direct contact in those communities. maybe it's a way I can help you make some contact there, because I've got a long-standing relationship with the good folks that work in ExxonMobil Public Affairs, and we'll make sure we connect you at some point.
Well, I just think that there's so much more to tell than what we see on the news. I mean, they employ thousands of people, and we're going to have you on after the break talking about jobs in the industry and some training systems that are available. And there's just so much opportunity for people to work with Exxon. Plus, not to mention, they give out thousands of dollars in the community to help different programs. And people call me and say, how come I can't get part of that? Or I've got a great little thing that they should be helping with.
Well, their public affairs, their public outreach in the greater Baton Rouge area alone exceeds $5 million on an annual basis.
That's
they are
a lot of money.
Significant part of this community. They do it through grants. They do it through matching funds for their employees who volunteer their own time out in the community. So they really have a great process there. I think that where they take the next step, or could potentially take the next step, is to do a better job sharing that information. But I think that their general culture has been, we do what we do because it's the right thing to do, not necessarily because we want a lot of attention about it.
Sure.
And so I think that's probably some of what you experienced in not being able to get them to come on and talk about it in a more specific way.
Well, when we come back, I'm going to be visiting with Tim about something that you really should want to tune in to find out about. And if you know someone that's looking for a job, or a teenager that is lost in what he wants to do for a career, you're going to find out something that's going on right here in Baton Rouge right now that will affect their life. Something that they can get involved in to where they can build a future right here in town, have a great job, and a sense of ownership of their own life and their own finances. So why don't you stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to talk to Tim more about that. Plus, we got other exciting guests coming up on the show after we get done with him. Plus, we want to remind you again, email me at WLFT.com and find out more information. If you want to be a guest, that's how you can get on this show too. Right now, a word from our sponsors, the people who care about a better life. We'll be right back.
Promoting your business in these competitive times can be tough. You need to use everything possible to stand out in the crowd. Your vehicle is an asset most companies overlook when advertising. Now you can promote just like major companies by wrapping your vehicle with eye-catching graphics. Frogskin Graphics wraps boats, cars, trucks, and buildings. No job too large or small. Full-color banners, window graphics, and signs designed, printed, and installed by professionals. 683-9595.
Welcome back to A Better Life. I'm Dr. Lucas Fry. Of course, with me this week is Tim Johnson, and he has a group called the Tim Johnson Consulting Group. I wonder how long it took him to think that one up. But I'll tell you what, we had some good information in the first segment. Now it's time to get down to something that's really important to everybody, and that is how to get a job, and what jobs are out there, and where is people hiring. Everybody dreams of having a television job. I mean, there are real jobs and positions available in Baton Rouge, and I'm not talking 10 jobs, I'm talking thousands of jobs. Tim, tell us about it.
Well, with the low natural gas prices that we are seeing now, directly as a result of a lot of the fracking and the exploration that we see going on, we're going to see a renaissance of the petrochemical and refining industry in South Louisiana, I think, over the next few years. Estimates are that we could see as much as $50 billion worth of investment in the corridor between Baton Rouge and Lake Charles, really down to New Orleans, all the way over to Lake Charles, with new petrochemical projects going on. We believe that we're going to need somewhere, Dr. Fry, in the neighborhood of 20 to 25,000 new highly trained construction workers in the state of Louisiana between now and the end of 2015. So if you're interested in a career, and I don't use the word job, I use career, because these are great careers for individuals in welding or electrical or pipe fitting or millwright, heavy equipment operation, any of those skills, now is the time to be looking in that direction. Also, the process operator, the P-Tech classes that we see at the Baton Rouge Community College and through the Louisiana Community and Technical College system are going to be great careers. But specifically, these construction craft careers that we talk about are going to be in huge demand over the next few years. And there are training systems in place to allow those individuals to access those careers. Good pay, good benefits, good careers.
One of the stories that got shared to me a few weeks back was about a couple of high school students here in town. Would you share that with the people watching?
We work very closely with an organization called the Associated Builders and Contractors here in Baton Rouge, and ABC owns and operates one of the largest privately funded craft training centers in the United States. It's a partnership between the area plants through an organization called the Greater Baton Rouge Industry Alliance and the contractor members of the Associated Builders and Contractors. They sponsor a training center out on Highland Road, generally runs about 12 to 1,500 students per semester out there training in those crafts. They have a very rigorous high school outreach program where they offer their programs in welding, pipe fitting, and electrical to juniors and seniors in these participating high schools.
What are some of the high schools that are participating?
Zachary High, Central High, Baker High, Capitol High School, Donaldsonville, Assumption.
Okay, go ahead.
Plaquemine.
How does it work?
A lot of them. Two particular students in these programs were taking welding during their junior and senior year in high school. I think one was at Zachary High, the other was at maybe at Central High. Because they were aggressive and because the program allowed them to do it, they also drove 2 nights a week and took the nighttime training that's offered at the Associated Builders and Contractors Training Center. They worked really hard. Both of these young men were able to qualify as combination welders at 18 years old coming out of high school. And their first year out of high school as 18-year-olds. One of these young men, as he started his career, made it in the neighborhood of $83,000 in the first year as a welder. The other young man made about $75,000. So that gives you an idea of the magnitude of these careers. And those are $75,000 and $83,000 incomes, plus the benefits, plus vacation, plus all the things that go along with that. Really good careers for individuals who might not be interested in going through the 4-year university, but certainly are focused on taking care of their families and having good careers.
These kids were able to come right out of high school and go to work making in excess of $70,000 a year?
It's a twofold issue, Dr. Fry. Number one, it speaks to the demand, right? That we are looking for highly qualified, skilled individuals to build and maintain these facilities. But it also speaks to the discipline and the drive of these two young individuals. And it shows you that if you can create that drive, if you have that energy, if you have that commitment and that discipline, that there are great careers out there for you that will pay you high sums of money and give you great benefits.
How do high school kids find out more about these programs? Who do they turn to? Their guidance counselor? Who do they go to?
Well, look into their guidance counselors in their individual high schools. I think these programs are now being offered in 40+ high schools in the greater Baton Rouge area. Welding, electrical, instrumentation, pipe fitting, carpentry. They need to find out if these classes exist, and then what the dual enrollment processes are for them to also be able to go to ABC at night if they're aggressive enough to want to accelerate their training.
Tim's information is on your screen. If you want to find out more about this, why don't you contact Tim and he will lead you on the path to find out exactly where these programs are. That's what he does. He cares, and of course you can always email me at WLFT.com. I will be glad to pass on the information to you. If you've got a grandchild, a child, or if you're a student yourself and you're thinking, man, I kind of like welding, or I like tinkering with stuff, this is something you need to look into, because making a difference in your life can start today. And that's what this show is all about, a better life. And I do want to pass on one story. I had a lady call me out of the blue that her and her husband were good friends of mine years ago. She drove a truck for years, making $60,000, $65,000 a year. Got into the pipeline business 5 years ago. Now makes $200,000 a year and does nothing but inspect welds. And they taught her that in like 4 months. Started off as a welder's helper, handing him rods. And in 4 months, she became an inspector because she had the wherewithal to understand exactly what to look for. I mean, it's a business that is out there.
Well, and I think oftentimes the construction industry has a bad image, that we don't focus on the value of these careers. But I say two things about it. Number one, we really want to characterize these as careers in an industry, not jobs on a project, because for too long, individuals have looked at construction sometimes maybe as a last resort. But these are great, great careers. The other thing about that is if you think about the value of the skilled craft professional, I ask you to put it in these terms. Think about a world without construction people. Think about a world without skilled craft professionals. We wouldn't be sitting in this nice studio today.
That's right.
We wouldn't have the roads that we have to drive on, the infrastructure that helps power our economy. These are, where the rubber meets the road, grassroots, critical pieces to our economy, and we ought to value our skilled craft professionals in this country even more than we do today.
I hope that you'll help us get on this Highland Center in the future. Maybe we could talk to them, have them on, and show what that's all about.
Those guys would love to be part of your show.
Thanks for being on.
Thank you, Dr.
When I
Fry.
come back, I've got a lady by the name of Tammy that you're going to want to meet. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with A Better Life. WLFT joins all TV stations in our area, reminding you to rescan your digital TV sets so you can pick up all of the new TV stations, which are broadcast free over the air. Hey, you bought the new high-definition TV, so now enjoy the free over-the-air entertainment like the new Country Channel on 30.3, featuring 24-hour music videos and concerts direct from Nashville. More new channels are planned, so change the batteries in your smoke detector and rescan Baton Rouge. Welcome back to A Better Life. I'm Dr. Fry, and of course with me, as I promised, a young lady named Tammy Brown. And Tammy is with Capital Area Technical College, and I welcome you to the show.
Thank you very much.
You have a background in helping people get financial aid in schools. Before we talk about the Capital Area Technical College, if someone is out there that's got a grandchild or a child and they just don't quite grasp about financial aid, in the current environment, where do they start as far as trying to help themselves get financial aid to go to school?
There's one application that's online, and it's the application that everyone in the United States fills out, and it's called the FAFSA. And that application, of course, is free. You fill out this application, and it asks for your household income, your members in the family, et cetera, et cetera. It is based on how many people are in the household and how much money you make. Right now, off of that application, the maximum free money, which is called Pell Grant, is $2,775 per semester. And then, of course, if that's not enough for your tuition, through that application, a loan will kick in and cover the difference if necessary. And that money is available to everyone in the United States going to college, whether they go to a technical college, a community college, or a university. In order to get the free money is based on household income, and there are many factors that come into play, but to get the full amount, of course you'd have to fill out the application. It varies based on income in relation to household members. But one indicator a lot of people don't realize is this: if a family is eligible for free or reduced lunch in high school or elementary school or whatever, that family is income eligible for that free money, the Pell Grant, $2,700 a semester to go to any college of their choice.
And that includes technical colleges? And
technical, community, and university.
A lot of people don't understand the entire environment. They think university, that's where I get grants to go to, or a 4-year college or a 2-year college. But actually, these technical colleges offer a lot of good training. Tell us a bit about Capital Area Technical College. What do they offer? Well,
we used to be called the trade school, the VOTEC school. We did the trade and industrial programs, and now we've moved to technology because it's technology focused. And we have programs like automotive technology, welding, machinist, drafting and design technology, LPN, patient care technician, care and development of young children. We have IT, we have a Cisco Academy, a Microsoft Academy with 8 international certifications that students can get out of this.
Well, I'll stop you right there.
Yeah, I'll go on.
Cisco, you said a magic word there.
That's it.
If you are a techie at all, if you love playing on your computer, if you've got a grandchild or a child that just you can't seem to get them off the internet and everything, let me tell you folks, I've been in the business broadcast industry for 35 years, and I've never seen a career that will pay you more and keep you employed than this IT.
Absolutely.
Everybody is going, and I know I'm probably speaking to the choir. You people at home got your computer and it breaks. Where do you go to get it fixed? I'm telling you, I know churches right now that are offering $60,000 and $80,000 for a good Christian kid that will come in that knows IT, that can set up everything. That's just a church. Churches, mega churches that need help. And that's just one facet. I'm sure you could expound on this. That is just a huge industry.
And that program is only 2 years at the technical college.
2 years.
2 years long, and the tuition right now is $800 a semester. So someone that's eligible for that Pell Grant that we talked about, that $2,700, our tuition being $800, they would get the difference. There are no loans included here, so they could actually have some living expenses and have their entire program paid for with no loans. And that's because we're publicly owned, and that's Capital Area Technical College. We're the only technical college that's owned by the state in the area.
So where is it located at?
We have 5 campuses.
5 campuses?
Yes.
In Baton Rouge?
In Baton Rouge, well, in the greater Baton Rouge area. We have the one downtown Baton Rouge, the Baton Rouge campus. It's on North Acadian Thruway.
Okay.
And then we have one in New Roads, Port Allen, Plaquemine, and Jackson, Louisiana.
So it isn't like they got to drive all the way to Shreveport to go to this school. This is something right here in Baton Rouge.
That's right.
With campuses all over. Now, when's the enrollment start? I mean,
we start again in January. We start in January, so they can come anytime. And I always tell students, potential students, I mean, we have an open door policy. You just come in and request information, and we can get you started. We can help you do the financial aid and help them do the application. So we're very people friendly. So just come on in. That's what I say.
A lot of people don't realize that businesses actually recruit at your school.
Absolutely.
What are some of the companies that you're working with?
Turner Industries, Harmony Core, they hire our welders right out of the classroom. BMW hires the service technicians from out of our automotive technology program. Our IT program works with SparkHound. Students have gone to work for anywhere in IT. You know, they can work at banks because they have all the computers, casinos, I mean, you name it.
So the automotive industry, you said that you have an automotive school there for teaching all about the new high-tech cars and things like that? What do they actually teach in the automotive class?
It's more of the entry level. You know, they end up with a diploma from the program. It's preparation for the ASC certification. Okay. So they would still have to do that year in the field in order to get that ASC, but they'll have all the background, you know, engine, electrical, brakes, and all of that stuff.
I know every place that I go to, I drive different kinds of cars, but lately I've been switching out vehicles here for some reason. But I did notice that every place I go to, they have a sign saying hiring qualified mechanics.
Yes, there's always a need for that. Yeah,
always a need for that. And with these new high-tech cars, I mean, it's all computer.
Yeah, and they have all the computers, and they learn in the classroom. They hook it up, and the computer diagnoses what all the issues are, and the students learn how to use that.
Then they still have to go in. There's got to be a field just at your school alone that appeals to everybody. I mean, there's got to be something there for everybody.
Absolutely, and we always say that we have more than 15 programs, and they can look on our website and see. And it's hands-on, so it's very different than community college or university per se, because we don't have, students don't take English as math or sciences. They take every class related to that field to get a certification or a license.
All right, on the screen, of course, is the information you need to get hold of Tammy. And if you don't catch it, of course, you can always remember, email me. But Tammy, we're putting your phone number up. Do we have anything about the school to pop up as far as maybe not? Okay, then email me or call Tammy. We will get you the information of how you can directly get in touch with Capital Area Technical College. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And if you would invite us, we'd like to come out maybe with a camera and shoot the school and show some of the classroom stuff and have another segment maybe next year.
Would love it.
Okay,
would love
as we get close to the January month.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, time to give away the Ruth Chris Steakhouse. It's a gift certificate for $100, folks. I will put it on the screen one more time. We're looking for the best picture of giving thanks. So what you want to do is send that to email me at WLFT.com. A lovely picture of your family, or maybe just you and your husband, or you and grandma. Send us a picture, win a $100 gift certificate to Ruth Chris. Until next time, remember, have a better life through Christ.